question is, oh Bhagwan, how do I know whether I am ready for this no action, yoga rudaha? Should I be drinking milk only? How do I know whether I am ready for taking a bread toast and Annapurna ghee roast? How do I know? How do I know that I am a yoga ruda purusha? How do I know? Bhagwan takes it up in the 4th verse. We will chant it. Yada hinendriyartheshu na karmasvanusajjate sarva sankalpa sannyasi yogarudhastadochyate. Together. Yada hinendriyartheshu How do I know that I have climbed on to a mind which is very quiet? How do I know that? How do I know that my mind is quiet? Lord gives 3 conditions. Yada, when. He, indeed, when indeed. Indriyartheshu na anushajjate. Indriya artheshu. The objects for the senses. The objects of desire. On those objects, your mind is not moving anushajjate, even a wee bit. When your mind is not getting distracted on account of seeing some object. An object can also mean article A, B and C. Here article A can also mean B, being. When I see a being, my mind is not disturbed even a wee bit. It may be a cat, a dog or a man or a woman or whatever. Does not get disturbed. It can be a circumstance. Sometimes we like a stay. Oh, I wish I was born in Switzerland. What is this? I'm in Chennai. Okay. So circumstances also. So my mind is not attached even a bit or disturbed even a bit. A wee bit also to the articles, beings or circumstances. Nor karmasu anushajjate. If my mind is getting disturbed because of an object, what will I do? To get that object, I will put forth effort. Here, the person may be working, but even for that karma, there is no attachment. There is no disturbance because of that karma also. Because of action also, no attachment or no disturbance because of that. Sarva sankalpa sannyasi. Also, sarva, all sankalpa, fanciful imagination, sannyasi, very well he has given up. Very well he has given up all fanciful imagination. So these 3 conditions, and actually the 3 are one only. If I give up fanciful imagination, automatically an action to achieve that fanciful imagination is not there. Attachment to the action naturally will not be there. And attachment to the object also will not be there. This is very beautifully demonstrated by Mother Sita in our Ramayanam for us, for our benefit. Amma looked, where? On a golden deer. So she looked at a golden deer. Fanciful imagination. Number 1, the deer is deer, Satyatva Buddhi. The deer is real. The deer is real. Next one. Wow, the deer or deer, how do you say that? Deer, okay. The deer is looking very beautiful. Number 2, Shobhana Athyasa. Number 3, if I have that deer with me, either alive or dead also okay. I can put it as a cushion in my sofa set. Anything okay. If I have it with me, I will be very, very happy. Sukha Adhyasa. This is fanciful imagination. Amma demonstrated that for us. Number 1, wow, it's so beautiful, real. I think I want to have it. I want to have it. When we go back from the forest after 14 years And then when we must show some photograph at least, right? Where we were, how we were, and all those things. If this deer is there, it will be a great, beautiful remembrance, memento of our experience here. It will go in the garden, very beautiful. So she looked at Ramchandraji and she said, "My dear Ramchandraji, can you please get that deer?" "Dear Sita, when your deer is near me, why do you want that deer? What is the use of this deer if it can't get that deer?" And our Lakshmana knew that fanciful imagination. So he was like getting angry. And when he was not angry, he was trying to point out to Amma that, "Amma, no, this is not, no Sukha in this, no Satya in this." When he tried to point out, Amma gets angry with Lakshmana also. Attachment to the object, dear. Attachment to the action. Please go and fetch it, it should happen. And because of that, what happens is you want to go and get it at any cost. Anyone against it, I start getting angry with that person. Very beautifully demonstrated, right? Now here is a person who has fulfilled these three conditions, which is, my mind is not getting agitated because of a fanciful imagination, putting Satya, Sukha and Shobhana Buddhi in an object. My mind is not getting agitated because of actions related to procuring that particular object. Then what happens is, I have become Yoga Rudaha. I am now fit for yoga. I am a Yoga Ruda. Shamaha can be taken up. That can be taken up now. See that? Now see, let's see the word meaning. Word meaning we have seen, but still I will read this verse once so that we know whether we have understood a little bit. Yada hi na indriyartheshu karmasu na anushajyate sarva sankalpa sannyasi saha. This person, Yoga Rudaha. He is called Yoga Rudaha. Now, how do I reach this state? How do I reach this state? How do I reach this state? One boy, one youngster came to Gurudev and asked him, "Swamiji, how did you give up all these articles, beings, circumstances? How did you give up? Attachment to them. How did you give up?" Gurudev looked at him and asked, "What is in your mouth?" "Chewing gum." "When will you spit it out?" "When the taste in it is gone, I will spit it out." When the taste in it is gone, I will spit it out. As long as taste is there, you are keeping it. When taste is gone, I will spit it out. Now, that taste is temporary only, right? Temporary only. We have to start thinking. All the articles, the beings and the circumstances, are they permanent? That I am holding on to them? No, they don't even know that I am holding on to them. This watch does not even know that I am always saying, my watch, my watch. It doesn't even know. They are not permanent. When I know that they are not permanent, they will go away anytime. The moment I sincerely, truly realize that it is impermanent, it will go away, the problem gone. I am able to accept even if it has gone away, because I know that it is not permanent. So first become aware that all these things, A, B and C, A, B, C, you know what it is, are all transient. Then what is true? What is permanent? D alone is permanent. And what is D? Disunion from them alone is permanent. Divine alone is permanent. If I can bring this understanding into my mind, taste only little time, temporary. So if it is not there, I am not affected. If I can bring this into my mind, it becomes easy for me to practice this verse. Also, one another way. Suppose I have a dog in my house, Tommy. Tommy is my dog. Okay? And I am feeding it so well. Will Tommy go into the dustbin and start digging there to eat? Will Tommy go into the dustbin and dig there to eat like other street dogs? Never. Tommy is well fed. He will not go to the garbage bin and dig out from there to eat. Same way, when this mind is not well fed, it will go to dig out in the dazzling objects. So, to see dazzling. It will go and dig out there. It will go and dig out into the lower desires because the mind is not well fed. So, feed the mind. Feed the mind how? Like now. Feed the mind. And if I am going to feed my mind, a well-fed mind, every day feed the mind. Vedaha nityam adhiyatam. Every day feed the mind, and this mind will not go into those garbage. Okay, so these are the two ways by which I can ensure that this verse happens for me. Okay, now let's move to the next verse. Okay, Bhagwan, you said that I must become Yoga Rudha. Can you do something? See that horseman, what does he do? He takes the child and puts the child on top of the horse. No, like that, will you help me? Will you take me and put me on top? Well, let's listen to what Bhagwan says. Okay, let's listen to what he says.